I'm Kelly at Book and Paper Arts, and welcome to my studio. Except this is actually the view from my studio. This is the Swansea Marina. This is my studio. Want to have a look? First, I'm just going to go around slowly with a little panorama so you can get the idea. And then I'm going to go back and start over looking in some boxes and stuff on shelves. Whenever I'm showing an art journal or altered book layout, I'm often using pieces. And I've got those organized into boxes. This is just butterflies. I'm sure there's about 1,000 gazillion butterflies in here. This one is just birds. Okay, got the black and white birds, birds' eggs, birds' wings, bird tissue paper, all things birds. This one is animals, and this is sheet music and foxed paper. Or rusted keys. I love keys. I think they have a story. They're mysterious, and they're not coming back, no matter how much we want them to. So I am the keeper. I also love boxes. And in this box, I have all of my sari silk, which never really wants to go back in right. Over here, I have a lot of shelves. And this is semi-displayed for selling if someone wants to visit the studio. I am in the marina, and I sometimes get people coming in to visit. And down here I have a few other pieces, some shadow boxes and shrines, altered book. These are some French linens, vintage French hemp linens that I keep. This section is where I keep books specifically with images of insects, birds' eggs, and flowers. Lots of different source books for those images here. On the bottom shelf, I have more boxes, and that's got some bookbinding thread, playing cards, lots of ink, and postcards and tags. Most of these boxes are full of just loose pieces of ephemera, calling cards, embossed pieces, and again, those are just where I put my materials when they're waiting to be used to be made into something. And this is paper that I use for making art journals, and lots more boxes. All right, what's in some of these boxes? This is just cabinet cards. Just oversized vintage photographs. And I get these from everywhere, from flea markets, vintage shows, paper auctions. They just show up. That is one dapper guy. These boxes, I said they have paper ephemera. Well, here's just, it really is, it's just a mixture of everything. I'm usually working on 2 or 3 altered books at a time. And this way I just put the spares that didn't make the cut for the layout, go back in here, and that's where they live. This is actually more like proper ephemera. Here's some British checks from the oldie days. An old passport that I'm going to alter someday. And so just more like actual bank books and things that will be turned into projects. Down here, this box lives on the floor because it is insanely heavy. It's all book covers that someday I am going to turn into either art journals or altered book covers for wall hangings. And then I also have quite a few children's board books that also need to be altered. This box, this is the box, again, this is just pre-cut images. And this is all angels, or pieces that I'm going to turn into angels at some point. But if it's a possible angel or saint or Madonna, this is the box that it goes in. That's it. On the back wall is an art print that I got at a thrift store in Switzerland. I like it, even though it's over the top, because I feel like it makes my studio feel more like my own personal chapel to creativity. This is where I keep some loose papers, and I just have them on some skirt racks here and draped about. Over here, let's see, there are some saints that are going to go into cigar box shrines someday. These are blank ledgers and other writing ephemera from the oldie days. There's a bunch of handwritten pieces. This stack of books is not for sale. This is pretty much pieces that I'm actively working on and in right now. While these books are actually my library, or my studio library anyway. It's art books, books about art journals, book altering, Cy Twombly, and reference books. Here's another box of images. This one is of only flowers. It could be wildflowers or reduté prints, cigarette cards, lots of flowers. And this is the box. This is the best box. Next. These are all handwritten pieces from the late 1700s to the 1800s and occasionally early 1900s. And I do collect these partly for my own collection, partly to sell, and partly as backgrounds in altered books and journal arts. Here I have antique French rosaries. They are crystal and mother of pearl. And this is it's just a basic display area where I've got some altered books, a Victorian photo album, some pocket shrines, and just some miscellaneous bibs and bobs. And down here it gets messy. And that's also a little bit of a library. This is actually what I'm just reading between work. And these are some of my hats. I am a hat collector. It's a long story, but hat collecting is one of the reasons I went into book arts. And then over here, we have my original Tamara de Lampeca. No, it is not original. I got it for £5 at the Swansea car boot sale. And this, that's my desk. That is my work table where I make beautiful things and also make the videos that you watch on Fridays. And there's another view of my table. You know how some studio walkthroughs have perfectly organized art supply areas with paints hanging, color-coded, everything in matchy-matchy boxes? This is not that video. This is not that studio. This is where my water solubles, my stencils, and brushes, and art making things live. I can't clean it up because if I know where everything is. If I clean it up, I can't find anything. So this is where I work. Make videos here. This is some of my lighting and my tripod boom. And then this is where I work. Now, I want to show this. This is very, very special. This is my book press. I wanted a book press for many years, and they weren't in my price range. One day, a couple of years ago, I was at the Swansea car boot sale, the flea market, and some ladies were selling this. I asked how much they wanted, and they said, it's mahogany, you know, we're asking £15. But no one's paid that, so what do you say, 10? Okay, £10, that's about $13 for my mahogany book press. But the truth is that most of the time, if I'm working on an altered book and I say, now it needs to be weighted down and pressed, 84% of the time, I'm not using my fancy mahogany book press. Most of the time, I'm using what I recommend you use, a big old heavy stack of books. And that's how it's done. Thank you for visiting with me today. And I want to thank Gabriel Jacobs, who's my husband, who is on the other side of that camera right now. Say hi, Gab.
Hello, all you YouTubers.
I don't think he knows what YouTube is. If you like altered books, vintage books, and papers and ephemera, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on the notifications with the little bell thingy, and you will have more of them in your life. Please check out my website and my online courses. There's links to all of those in the text below this video. Until next time, get up and go make something. Thank you for visiting with me today. I want to thank Gabriel Jacobs, my husband, who is standing behind the camera and doing all the hard work. Say hi, Gab.
Hi there.
I was expecting more.
No, I want to have a better go at that.